Today we're going in depth with John Vandermosten, Zacks Biotechnology analyst. Headlines have recently been focused on the Affordable Care Act, but there's been another important piece of legislation that was signed back in December of 2016 that really hasn't been in the headlines all that much. John, would you tell us about some of the key parts of the 21st Century Cures Act?
Sure, Terry. As you mentioned, the act was signed into law by President Obama in early December. It will have an impact broadly across the healthcare space and has allocated over $6 billion to fund some very important areas that will loosen the requirements for drug approval. Some of the areas that will receive funding are in cancer, brain, precision medicine, and opioid addiction. In terms of the funding, $1.8 billion will go to cancer research, $1.5 billion to neurological research, $1.4 billion to precision medicine, and $1 billion to the opioid epidemic. And these funds will be spread over the next 10 years.
So exactly what parts of the legislation are going to help the biotech companies?
Several of the changes allow for a broader set of information to be used to support new indications of already approved drugs. This should accelerate drug and device availability as they move through the FDA. One initiative will require the FDA to provide a program for priority review for breakthrough devices. The act also doubles the cap on humanitarian device exemptions to 8,000 per year. These changes should shorten the time to market for a lot of devices. On the drug side of the market, the act provides funding for establishing biomarkers and other drug development tools that can shorten development time and reduce failure rates. Trial design requirements have been changed to allow for real-world evidence to support approval of new indications for previously approved drugs and for post-approval studies. The law also provides an accelerated pathway for regenerative medicines that treat, cure, or reverse life-threatening diseases or conditions.
So have you actually seen anyone take advantage of any of the provisions in this act yet?
Yes, we have. The Cures Act introduced the Regenerative Medicine Advanced Therapy, or RMAT designation. This is a new category for cell therapy that Humacyte has taken advantage of with their recent Humacyl product about a month ago. The drug is a human acellular vessel used for vascular access for hemodialysis patients. And the FDA, under the new law, will provide additional resources to expedite development and also allow closer involvement with Humacyte and FDA managers.
Is there anything else about this 21st Century Cures Act that we haven't covered that maybe we should know about?
Sure, just some updates. We've seen some activity from the current administration, and just last week they announced that they're going to start sending some of the money to all 50 states regarding the opioid addiction, and this is based on intensity of need. However, we've also heard the presidential budget announcement regarding NIH funds, and they may be cut. So I think we might be in wait and see mode for a while. Note that we're going through budget negotiations right now in Congress between the White House and that group. So we might see some of the things emerge in the near term that will indicate where things are going.